And another shot for those $2,000 checks. The House passed a bill to send them out, but does it have any chance of getting through the Senate? And that is where we begin today, talking about the latest in Washington. Our Jessica Smith is back with us. She has been tracking all of the action there. Jess, thought you were done with this, didn't you? But it looks like it is not going to die, this effort on the aid package. But I'll ask you the same thing I was asking you about the aid package that did end up getting through. Does this have a prayer of getting through the Senate?
Well, I mean, it all depends on Senate Republicans. So all eyes will really be on the GOP this week to see if the Senate even takes up this bill to increase the stimulus checks from $600 to $2,000. The House passed the bill to do just that yesterday, with nearly every Democrat supporting the bill and most Republicans opposing it. So now we'll see if and when Majority Leader McConnell decides to put this on the floor for a vote. But we know Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has said that he's going to try and pass this bill today by unanimous consent. It only takes one senator to oppose that, so expect that effort to fail. You'll remember Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin twice opposed efforts to increase stimulus checks to $1,200 earlier this month. Now, in addition to the stimulus check issue, we also have the issue of the NDAA, the annual defense bill. The Senate still needs to override President Trump's veto on that. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has wanted to do that quickly this week, but Senator Bernie Sanders says he will hold up that effort if the Senate does not vote on the $2,000 checks. Now, President Trump seemed to back that move, saying on Twitter, "Give the people $2,000, not $600. They have suffered enough." But we want to go through a reminder of how we actually got here. Congressional leaders and Secretary Mnuchin negotiated that $900 billion stimulus bill with $600 checks. Many Republicans pushed for higher checks and beefed up unemployment benefits, but Republicans opposed those ideas. President Trump largely sat on the sidelines during those negotiations, but after the bill passed both chambers with big bipartisan votes, President Trump surprised everyone and came out with a video bashing the bill, calling for higher checks. He also slammed some of the provisions in the government funding bill, like foreign aid. Now, Democrats back the idea of beefing up these checks. They tried to pass a bill to do that, but House Republicans blocked it. Then President Trump eventually decided to sign that relief bill. But now we're trying to see if this effort to increase those $600 checks is going to go anywhere. As I mentioned, the House did pass that bill. Now it's all up to Republicans in the Senate. We have seen some opposition to even $1,200 checks from Republicans. So the future of this bill is very uncertain. And Julie Miles, this is anything but a typical kind of boring holiday season here in Washington.
Oof, wouldn't that have been nice? Jess, I do want to ask you here, as we see this sort of back and forth that has occurred in December that you summarized so well, what is the current position or status of the president in the GOP, right? Because he has wielded enormous power up until now, but now that he's a lame duck president, even though conventional wisdom is that he is not going to go away once he's out of office, but it does seem like his power is waning with the Republicans.
I mean, I think it is a bit. I mean, you saw that if the House did vote to override his veto of the NDAA, the first override of his presidency. We'll see if the Senate does as well. We expect it to. That bill passed with enough votes to override the veto. So yes, I'd say his power is slipping a bit there, but he still does have a hold on a big portion of the GOP. As you mentioned, I don't think he's going away. And I think a lot of the Trump era politics are going to stick around. A lot of the things he's pushed for, we're hearing from other Republican senators as well. We'll see on January 6th. We've heard a lot of this talk of, the last ditch effort to try and get President Trump to stay in the White House, which clearly is not going to work. But you could see more Republicans back that effort there. So I don't think this is going away. But yes, the fact that you did have a veto override, and you are seeing maybe some Republicans say, no, they don't want the $2,000 checks, even though President Trump does. That is a shift from what we've seen over the past 4 years.
Indeed. All right, Jess, thank you so much. And it will be very interesting to watch that special election in Georgia as well as a proxy for all of this.